This video explores the life and legacy of Christopher Columbus, a figure who remains both celebrated and controversial. We will delve into his voyages, his impact on the Americas, and the lasting implications of his actions on the indigenous populations and the world stage. Prepare to journey through the history of a man whose name is inextricably linked with the age of exploration. Christopher Columbus was born in Genoa, Italy, around 1451, into a family of modest means. His early life was steeped in maritime pursuits, as Genoa was a bustling port city with a strong seafaring tradition. This environment instilled in him a passion for exploration and a desire to navigate the vast oceans. Columbus gained extensive experience in maritime affairs during his youth, traveling across the Mediterranean and learning the art of navigation. He studied maps, charts, and astronomical principles, developing a keen understanding of the celestial bodies and their role in guiding sailors across the seas. Driven by a desire to find a new westward route to the East Indies, Columbus envisioned a voyage that would revolutionize trade and exploration. He believed that the Earth was round, and that by sailing west he could reach Asia, bypassing the traditional routes controlled by the Ottoman Empire. After facing rejection from Portugal, Columbus turned his attention to Spain. He presented his audacious plan to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, who were initially hesitant but ultimately agreed to sponsor his voyage after a lengthy negotiation process. With royal backing, Columbus equipped 3 ships, the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, and assembled a crew of skilled sailors. These vessels were to be his instruments of discovery, venturing into the unknown expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. On the 3rd of August, 1492, Columbus and his crew set sail from Palos de la Frontera, Spain, embarking on a daring voyage across the Atlantic. Their journey was fraught with uncertainty, as no one knew what awaited them beyond the horizon. After a grueling journey, Columbus and his crew finally sighted land on October 12, 1492, which he believed to be the East Indies. This momentous event marked the beginning of a new era in world history, with the discovery of the Americas and the establishment of European contact with the indigenous populations. Upon landing, Columbus encountered the Taino people, who inhabited the island of Hispaniola. These peaceful and hospitable people welcomed the explorers, offering food and shelter. However, this initial encounter would set the stage for a complex and tragic relationship between Europeans and the indigenous populations. Columbus claimed the land for Spain, establishing a foothold in the New World, and laying the groundwork for further exploration and colonization. He initiated the process of establishing settlements, claiming the lands in the name of the Spanish monarchy. Columbus undertook 3 further voyages to the Americas, exploring more extensively the Caribbean islands and the coastline of Central and South America. He charted new territories, established settlements, and sought to understand the geography and resources of the newly discovered lands. Despite the initial peaceful encounters, the relationship between the Spanish colonists and the native populations rapidly deteriorated. Columbus and his men enforced harsh labor practices, leading to the exploitation and enslavement of the indigenous people. The Spanish colonization of the Americas brought with it devastating consequences for the indigenous populations. Forced labor, disease, and violence ravaged the native communities, leading to a drastic decline in their numbers. Columbus faced accusations of cruelty and mismanagement during his later years. He was removed from his governorship and sent back to Spain in chains, facing criticism for his treatment of the indigenous populations. Despite his initial success and the vast territories he claimed for Spain, Columbus's later years were marked by hardship and disappointment. He died in Valladolid, Spain, in 1506, a figure whose legacy was already becoming increasingly complex. Christopher Columbus remains a highly controversial figure. While some celebrate him as a pioneer of exploration, Others condemn his actions, citing the devastation he inflicted on indigenous populations. His legacy continues to spark debate and discussion.